Alright, I am so sorry for the before recording. I might re-record it if I listen to it and it's just freaking awful, but pretty much I was using my webcam recorder, which is absolute shit. And I bought a new mic because I don't know, my mic just stopped working. In the middle of a video project, might I add. Not very fucking funny at the time. And by fucking funny, I mean freaking funny. Anyways, sleep drifts away from me, and for a long moment I lie between the worlds of sleep and consciousness. Consciousness. I cannot say that word very well. My dreams fading away from me in the dark coldness of reality, sweeping over me once more. There's no night in my room. I can't have been asleep too long, otherwise he'd have come back by now, wouldn't he? Perhaps I should go back to sleep. Perhaps I should go back to sleep again. It's not as if I have anything else to do. Besides, I really am exhausted. Too exhausted about worrying to worry about him coming back. I turn over onto my front, resting my cheek against the pillow. I can pull my duvet over me. No, too hot. I move my hair away from my neck and trail my arm across my bed. My fingers falling off the edge of the mattress. I wait until sleep washes over me again. I drift into consciousness, licking my paper-dry lips as my eyes ease themselves open. I never used to have so much trouble sleeping before I was captured, and I was lucky if I can get a few straight hours of sleep, let alone a full night. Oh, my eyes widen when I realize exactly what it is that has woken me up this time. Oh, something lightly traces up and down my back, up my spine, and down. A small gasp, eases from my lips, barely audible. I shift my eyes, but I can't see anything. Just impenetrable darkness. There's a slight dip in the mattress by my hips. I hold my breath and listen for all I'm worth, desperately trying to ignore the shiver that threatens to run through me. Up and down. It's someone. I can tell that much. Those fingers on my back. I can feel that, even through my robes. I listen again, pressing my ear into the darkness. All I can hear is breathing. Too fast, too heavy. I swallow, my fingers halt in their path. I close my eyes quickly and try to regulate my breathing, keeping it soft and steady. If they think I'm asleep, maybe they'll go away. Who is it, anyway? Stupid question. Who do you think it is? It might not necessarily be him. Who else would it be? Dolhoff, perhaps? He's not subtle enough for this. Draco, maybe? I almost shudder at the thought of it. I don't want the ferret to touch me like this. Besides, if I'm completely honest, I'm clutching at straws here. It's not Draco. I know it's not. Deception was never your strong point, my blood. That cold drawl confirms his identity. Too deep in anguish to be his son, and too refined for Dolhoff. I keep my eyes closed tight shut for fear. What does he want? After everything else, what does he want? Is he back from going to see Voldemort already? How the hell did he manage to explain himself to him? That's what it says. It just doesn't make much sense. What does he want? That's hardly important right now, is it? It's impolite to ignore me, you know. He grips at my shoulder, wrenching me round onto my back. I can't bite back the cry of pain, as his fingers dig into the raw wound on my shoulder. He presses his fingers to my lips. Be quiet. What is he doing? I'm a mudblood. For God's sakes, what is he doing? He trails his fingers down my throat. I'd be surprised if he couldn't feel my pulse, my blood pounding under my skin. This is ridiculous. Why haven't I tried to stop him already? He won't play these games with me anymore. He won't. I reach my hand up and he catches it before it reaches him, his fingers biting into my wrist, bruising my skin. I don't think so, he says quietly, firmly. That was creepy how I said that. I'm sorry. Firmly. Anyways. He lifts my arm up. He lifts my arm up above my head and he pins it by my wrist to the headboard behind me. You will stay still. Do you understand me? But why? What does he want? I swallow sharply, saying nothing, but I nod. Not as if I could do anything else, is it? There's no way out for me, unless he chooses to present me with one. Good, he mutters. How can he see my reaction? Oh yes, the hands of glory. He can see my reaction to his touch, but I can't see his face, his hands, his body. He can see me. I can't see him. It's not fair. The whole situation's not fair. After everything he's done to me, how can he... The most awful thing is that it's not completely surprising to me anymore. Not after everything else that's happened. It's almost as if I've been waiting for this. After everything else he's done to me, this should seem pretty tame, but Bellatrix's words float through my mind. You're too proud to admit that there's one thing in this world you can't have. And she's right. He's always had everything. Always been able to have everything. His money and position gives him everything in the world, and yet the one thing he controls in every way, the one thing he wants all-reaching power over, is the one thing he cannot have, or thinks he can't have. His fingertips rest on my throbbing throat. It seems he's growing sick of the boundaries he set for himself. All I can hope is that he won't go too far. His fingers trail down, and down, and then further down, leaving a tingling, burning trail in their path. My heart stops in my chest. The Dark Lord couldn't understand why I went after you instead of Potter, he murmurs. No, he didn't understand my behavior at all. Especially seeing that my colleagues were too inept to capture Potter after we left. Harry's free, oh thank God, but his fingers trail down and sideways, tracing ever so lightly over my breast, so lightly I can barely feel it through the thin material of my robes. I bite my lip before I work myself up to speak again. Please, don't punish me just because he punished you. His fingers bite harder into my wrist on the headboard, and my own gasp cuts off my own words. Don't talk to me, he mutters violently. Keep quiet unless I tell you to speak. I press my lips together. I have got no option but to do so. Why? He might not have his wand with him. Of course he does. And even if he doesn't, he could still beat me up. If I don't just lie still and give no reaction, then perhaps he'll get bored and leave me alone. But in answer to your question, no, I'm not going to punish you, he says quietly. I just want to see if you're worth the trouble I've gone to for you. I can do this. I'm a professional. His fingers circle and cut my breast. His thumb rubbing oh so gently over my nipple. It feels weird. Not that it's unpleasant. It would be better if it was. I swallow sharply. I won't give him the satisfaction of a reaction. No, for God's sake, he's married, sleeping with his wife's sister. He's got a son my age, and you can't treat me like this, I whisper. But I can, Madeline, he says. I can do whatever I like with you, because I own you. Do you understand? You are mine. I'm not yours. No. His fingers leave my breast, tailing down, skimming over my hip. My breath catches in my throat. As my insides lock together, Lucius moves his hand further down, coming to rest on my thigh and pushing my robes up higher, higher until they pass my knee. If you were not mine, then I would have no right to touch you, he murmurs, hooking his fingers into the curve under my knee. But you have no right. You are a prisoner. You are only alive now thanks to my mercy. And so I can touch you, and I will, because you belong to me. Your mind, your soul, your body, they all belong to me. And that means I can do exactly what I like to them. 2 words spin through my mind. Power trip, power trip, power trip. I hate him. He doesn't care about my feelings at all, only that he has complete power over someone and probably doesn't even see as a proper human anyways. He grips tighter under my knee and pulls my hips up to meet his in one sharp movement. I gasp and he breathes out a laugh. That's right. Just a little reaction. It's very rude of you to try to ignore me when I have the good manners to pay you any attention at all. Bastard! Bloody bastard! How did he make me out to be like I should be grateful for this? His hands move back, away from my leg, to brush my hair away from my shoulder. It tingles as it floats over my bare neck, leaving it exposed to the cold air. I know I should hate this as much as anything else, but there's nothing implicitly threatening in that gesture, is there? Now. He relaxes his grip on my wrist. I'm going to let go of you. But if you struggle, then I shall have to make you sorry for it. Is that in any way unclear? I shake my head, hardly able to breathe. No. I can hear him smirking. Good. It's 15 minutes. So close, dude, so close. He unpeels his fingers from my wrist, and I bring my arm down from the headboard. He punished me when he learned that I had let Potter go. He mutters, still leaning over me. And so I have to wonder, are you worth the trouble I have gone to over you? After all, you are, strictly speaking, less than a human being, really. Why should I have gone to so much trouble for you? He hooks his fingers into the neckline of my robe, gradually easing it off my shoulder, inch by painful inch, pulling my arms out of my neckline until they're gathered around my waist, my breath completely exposed to him in the cold, unforgiving black air. I reach my arms around, automatically trying desperately to keep myself shielded, but he just breathes a little laugh. There's no point to attempt modesty now, my blood. I press my lips together and turn my head, thanking God that I can't see his face above mine. And seeing as I've done so much for you, I find it a little galling that you think to deprive me of my rights. Bastard. I hate him. I hate how she talks. Okay, I'm done. She can be mad, and I don't even care. I think her feelings are completely justified, and he's a crazy little creepy bitch. But I don't think that she needs to be saying, like, I hate him, like, bastard, bloody bastard, every fucking 4 seconds. Like, it's really annoying. And I don't... She's about to say, oh God, and I'm like, I hate when you say that. It's so annoying. You're so annoying. Excuse me. But there's a... So comfortable right now, dude. I'm like, just sat down all the way and I'm like, ugh. Okay, this is the end of this recording. That was an awkward ending. I'm done. Just gonna let this one run out. Okay, that's enough, yeah. Bye.